The transition of an information system from development into production is one of the highest risk phases of the system lifecycle. Inadequate testing, poor implementation planning, or uncontrolled configuration changes can result in operational disruption, security vulnerabilities, regulatory violations, and financial loss. Consequently, organizations must establish disciplined system readiness assessments, implementation testing, configuration management, and release management processes to ensure that new or modified systems are deployed securely, reliably, and in alignment with business objectives. Within the CISA framework, IS auditors evaluate whether these processes effectively minimize implementation risk while maintaining system integrity and operational continuity. System readiness and implementation testing. System readiness refers to the organization's preparedness to deploy an information system into production while ensuring that technical, operational, security, and business requirements have been fully satisfied. Readiness assessment verifies that the system, supporting infrastructure, documentation, personnel, and operational processes are capable of supporting live business operations. The System Development Lifecycle, SDLC, identifies testing as a mandatory phase preceding implementation. Testing validates that developed or acquired software performs according to documented requirements, while implementation activities include user training, data migration, and operational preparation before production deployment. Every documented requirement should be measurable and confirmed through formal testing procedures derived directly from business requirements. Implementation testing typically consists of multiple complementary testing stages, including unit testing, validating individual software modules, integration testing, verifying interactions between components, system testing, evaluating the complete application within its intended operating environment, performance and stress testing, measuring scalability and operational capacity, security testing, validating authentication, authorization, encryption, and vulnerability protections. User acceptance testing, UAT, confirming that business users accept the solution as meeting operational requirements. The effectiveness of implementation testing depends upon comprehensive test planning. A formal test plan identifies control objectives, control descriptions, testing methods, responsible personnel, testing schedules, and expected outcomes while providing a structured mechanism for recording test results and tracking testing progress. This testing matrix ensures that all critical controls receive sufficient evaluation before implementation approval. Readiness activities extend beyond software functionality. Organizations should verify business process readiness, user and administrator training, completion, infrastructure availability, disaster recovery, preparation, security, configuration, validation, operational documentation, completeness, help desk and support readiness, regulatory and audit requirements. Following production deployment, organizations should conduct a post-implementation review evaluating system adequacy, security controls, privacy protections, audit capabilities, operational issues, documentation quality, and initial business performance. Return on investment and business benefits may require multiple review cycles before meaningful evaluation can be completed. IS auditors should participate in post-implementation reviews to verify that implemented controls satisfy regulatory and governance requirements. Implementation, configuration, and release management. Once a system enters production, maintaining its integrity depends upon disciplined configuration management and release management processes that control modifications while preserving system stability, security, and availability. Configuration management is the systematic process of identifying, documenting, controlling, and monitoring configuration items throughout the system lifecycle. Configuration items include hardware, operating systems, applications, databases, network devices, security settings, and supporting documentation. Effective configuration management establishes baseline configurations against which future changes can be evaluated and audited. The SDLC emphasizes that after implementation, all modifications should be governed through formal incident management, problem management, defect management, vulnerability management, change management, and configuration management processes. Configuration information should be maintained using automated tools wherever possible to ensure consistency and accurate tracking of production environments. Configuration management activities include configuration identification, baseline, establishment version, control configuration, documentation status, accounting configuration, audits, configuration verification. These activities enable organizations to identify unauthorized changes, support incident investigations, facilitate disaster recovery, and maintain operational consistency across production environments. Closely related is release management, which governs the deployment of new software versions, patches, infrastructure updates, and configuration changes into production environments. Release management coordinates technical implementation with business schedules while minimizing operational disruption. A mature release management process generally includes release planning and scheduling, impact and risk assessment, change approval, regression testing, rollback, planning, deployment, coordination, production, validation, post-release monitoring. Changes should undergo formal review and approval before implementation, ensuring that business owners, technical teams, security personnel, and change advisory boards appropriately evaluate operational, security, and compliance implications. Formal project planning should also include methods for issue resolution, project documentation, status reporting, resource management, and lessons learned following project completion. In conclusion, auditors assess whether organizations maintain documented configuration baselines, enforce segregation of duties, perform adequate implementation testing, maintain version control, validate production releases, and monitor post-deployment performance. Strong system readiness, implementation testing, configuration management, and release management processes collectively reduce implementation risk, strengthen governance, support regulatory compliance.